Really? What are you doing? Well, I guess Chip wants out. Today's video is mainly about our goats. I got a little bit of a sad story to tell y'all, and if y'all watched our last live, I kind of mentioned it in that video, in that live. So I'll bring you guys out there with me today and kind of talk about it and show you around out there and mainly show you which mamas are due next, I think. I think it's pretty obvious which ones are due next. I want to turn around and show you though the death layers real quick. Y'all saw those in the last video, but that's actually been over a week since I put them in there. It's been like 12 days since I put them in here. They are doing great. I just got through feeding them. And where did Elvira go? She was just right here, eating. She might, oh, there she is. She's in the cage. She may have just laid me an egg. They're using the ramp really well. So everything's working out over here really, really good. None of them, Brennan said none of them got out while we were gone, so that's good. And Mr. Sampson here, the rooster, he's got to keep an eye on me. I moved, so he moved. Now it's her turn to go lay an egg, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Brendan did say that he got one egg out of there while we were gone, so I'm gonna turn the electric off real quick, go inside there and see if there's any eggs. Well, that would have made a good thumbnail. I should have had the camera rolling. This right here, I did not realize this, but I do now, because I felt it, it hurt. This little rubber handles on these, this is not good enough for this amount of electricity, I guess. I've already turned it off, so it's good. But I went to grab that, and man, did I get a shock. Whew, did not feel good. He does not want me to come in here, look at him. You better not attack me. Lori told me her death layer rooster is getting aggressive. You better not get aggressive, Samson. What does that mean? You saying you want to be friends? Is that what you're saying? What are you going to do if I step over? That's a rock. That's too big. That's not just gravel. I put some gravel over here the other day as well before we left. Little bitty pebbles that they can get into and use. Look, he is protecting his ladies. I think he's going to get aggressive with me. He's sidestepping me. Are you sidestepping me, boy? Oh, okay. Well, I'll come in then. We'll see what happens. I'm halfway in. Don't you do anything stupid. You look like you want... We've been friends this whole time. What are you doing? Yeah, that's your enemy, not me. No, you go back. I don't know what he's doing. All right, no eggs in the back where they lay, and I don't see any eggs there. And he is looking like he wants to be aggressive. I'm gonna look under here. I don't see any under there either. No eggs. I'm hoping these girls actually lay eggs for me. I have not seen an egg. And the egg that Brennan found could have been from Elvira or the black Australorp as well, I don't know. So I don't know what it is, but these ducks, they like spending some time over here, but they won't go to the actual pond. It's weird. It's probably because they're not actually ducks. All right, let's head that way. Hey, I'm gonna turn the electric back on. You're gonna get hit, girl. You better back up. Okay, buddy, it's all yours. You be good today. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, y'all, I forgot to video at the feed store. I got to talking to a bunch of different people and just got sidetracked and completely forgot it. But I do have them. Braxton's gonna help me unload them real quick. And then once I get them down on the ground, I'll kind of show you what I got. I got two different types of grain today.
Got Dad doing the heavy lifting here.
We got them off the truck. That's the easy part.
We rolled them out, flipped them over on their side, scooped them off into the ground, and then...
And this one, the lid's one weird, so it's not easily gripped. Okay, so I didn't do all the heavy lifting. Braxton actually did most of the heavy lifting. Once it was down on the ground, I did kind of maneuver it, but Braxton helped out a lot, so that saves an old man like me. All right, so let me turn you around and show you the grain I got. So this here, the feed store I go to, they just call this their creep feed, and it's a 14% feed. I'm sure it's pressed, probably like 4 different things pressed. It's 14% protein and then 3% fat. And it is goat safe and sheep safe. And then this here is called DDG, and it is totally different. This is 28% protein and 8% fat. The goats are gonna love this right here. I just gotta be careful not to feed them too much. So the guy there at the feed store said the DDG, the 28% protein, not to feed them a whole bunch of that. He said feed them like 30% of what you would normally feed the regular 14% cubes because it's got a lot of fat in it as well. So it's good protein and it's good fat for your goats. Bye. Rosa's going to pick up Rhineland from school. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. I wanna grab some of the 14% feed and feed the goats today. I don't wanna feed them 28% right away, and I don't want them to get the runs. And if I feed them 28% protein right from the start every day, that's gonna go through their system. It's gonna be a waste of money and it's gonna get my goats sick. So we'll start them with the 14% today and work our way up to the 28 every other day or something like that. Maybe even just less of the 28% for sure. But I'm gonna try something off camera and then I'll tell you if it worked and we'll do it on camera if it did. 5 little duckies. Okay, so this is what I don't really want to show you. It didn't work. I tried to use this like as a funnel system to put the feed down in here. And what happens is the feed starts coming out right here and the goats just press up against the fence and it just doesn't work. Really? What are you doing? Well, I guess Chip wants out. He busted right through the fence. And that means Megatron's gonna be coming shortly. All right, well, I don't want him to eat all this, so I don't have my stand with me, y'all, so let me turn the camera off, finish feeding these mamas out, and then we'll deal with this butthead. It's empty now, buddy. Have at it. There actually is some right here. So when they push the fence this way, ooh, I got a bee right on me. They pushed the fence this way and I ended up spilling some when I poured it from the top. So basically I used a funnel, tried to pour it down here and have it just slide down. The angle's not sharp enough, and it's a pretty sharp angle. But they get to where they're eating it right when it starts coming out of that little PVC pipe, which automatically slows it down because the grain that's coming through there is hitting them in the face and stopping. So that's not gonna work. I just hate going in there and feeding them while they're like trampling me. But I did just now discover that this scoop right here, this scoop full of feed, I can direct pretty easily. So if I can get maybe 1 scoop into this one, this first one, if I can just like toss a scoop over the fence into this one here, they'll start eating. And then I can move over here and do 3 or 4 scoops by the time they make it over here and start eating. And then I'll just go back over here. So by trying to come up with something that ended up not working, I came up with an okay way for now just to do it on my own without anything special, just scooping it over the fence. I think I've tried that before and only had one of these in here, and there's just so many around. There's just so many of them around it. It ends up hitting them in the head and the body and spilling all over the ground, and they don't eat it very well. So, but if I do it the right way, it's pretty convenient. It works out pretty well. Hi, Rai. Say hi, YouTube and Facebook.
Hi.
Is that River over there next to you?
I've got facing forward.
You got what?
Facing forward.
Oh yeah, you are facing forward now. Did y'all check the mail?
No.
No?
She's barely coming this way.
What?
The lady, she's barely making her way around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you in a minute, okay?
We're going to Nemo's.
Okay, go to Mimos. Bye. Well, let's talk about Chip and Megatron real quick. So today we probably saw, well, Tanya actually, I didn't. Tanya and Rosa saw it. Probably the worst fight between Chip and Megatron. So Chip's head right in here is pretty bloody, but they think it's most likely from the fight. I think it's still from Chip hitting the fence constantly. Chip constantly sits there and hits that gate and that fence, and that's how he got out just now. So that gate and that fence rubs up against his horns right here where he hits it at, and it just makes him bleed a little bit. But they did say Chip and Megatron got in a fight, and Megatron won, and it was pretty bad. And it was pretty brutal for Chip. He got knocked down on the ground, and Megatron dominated him. Chip got up and ran off. Megatron chased him, so they're doing their buck stuff. So we're gonna have to decide if we want to keep both bucks or if we just want to separate them for now. If I separate them, they're both by themselves, which is not a good thing. He's still a good buck though, for the most part. He's friendly to us. He has never, ever tried to hurt us or charge us or anything. Come on, buddy. That's mainly because he was a bottle-fed baby. Y'all can see where he's bleeding right there on the top of the horns, where the horn meets the head. Uh-oh, here she comes. You coming to play with us?
I'm bringing Millie to Nemo's.
Oh, you're bringing Millie? You're gonna go get Millie? Yeah. Okay. Hurry up. I like your belt and your boots. Look like a cowgirl. All right, you better hurry up with Millie. Chip has never even bucked up against Rhineland or any of the kids out here. And we keep an eye on him. If he's out, she has to be with someone, that's for sure. But again, he's never done anything. Megatron is mad at us because he's by himself. Okay, y'all, we're about halfway through with this video. Let me invite you to subscribe to our channel. If you're not already subscribed, please go down there and hit that subscribe button for us. Hit the like button, leave us a comment, and let us know what you think about our videos. Well, there is still feed in here, y'all. And Oreo over here is done eating. Same with York. That crybaby's over there laying down. She must have plenty of food. Her belly must be full. So this is Nuka, y'all. Nuka is the one that gave birth yesterday to 2 babies, and they were both dead. I got out here probably, I don't know, between 2 and 3 hours after birth, most likely. And they were, you could tell they probably were most likely born, well, I know one of them for sure was born dead because it had nothing in the skull area. So it was not formed correctly. And then the other one probably was dead at birth as well. It had something wrong with the mouth area. So this is her second kidding where something like that has happened. Last year, she actually gave me twins, and she detached from them right away, as well as 2 of my other goats. Millie, go. So I think 2 of the babies that died the very first day they were born were probably hers last year as well. So I think she's just a goat that needs to be a pet and not bred, if you know what I mean. Or she just needs to be a meat goat, you know? She needs to be taken to the butcher maybe. I'll see what I can do for that situation. Now, let's talk about a couple other goats, because I got 3 that are fairly close, within a week maybe. One of them is this one right here, Ginger. She's already got some liquid, if you know what I mean, coming out from the rear. So does her mama Oreo. And so does Crybaby. And that's most likely why them 2 are laying down. What? What, baby?
Don't listen to me.
She's not listening? Millie, go. Go. All right, go, run. Go, Millie. Go, Millie. Oh, UPS is here. I think they stop by our house every single day. Sometimes UPS has to get creative working our driveway with us in the way and a goat in the way, a dog. Millie, come on. Right, stay right there. You're good. She'll stay, don't worry. Now Silas and Elaine are gonna chase them. Millie, come on. Okay, where was I at? So yes, Oreo over there laying down. Ginger right here eating. And then Crybaby right here laying down are fairly close. I want to say they're within 2 weeks at least, but it could be a week. They're scheduled to give birth right around the 1st of March. It could be a couple of days before, a couple of days after. Could be a week before really, but I know Nuka was early. I know she was a couple of weeks early, if not 3 weeks early. That might have been part of her problem with the babies. And I know that was her problem 2 years ago because she was 45 days early that kidding season. She was scheduled to give birth a certain date, and she gave birth 45 days early. So, and that baby was not even close to being fully developed. Got a lot of lazy goats right now. You know, at times it's kind of funny. Trixie here does not look pregnant, but then at times she does. Like right now she looks pregnant. But yesterday she was one of the ones I was like, well, I don't think she's pregnant. So this goat Brendan thinks is close too. This is Brendan's goat. He thinks she's pretty close. Hey, one thing I do want to mention about yesterday, when I came out here, it was probably 2 to 3 hours after she delivered the babies. And Silas here was still doing his job. He was still sitting right between the two babies. They were about roughly 10 feet apart probably. Silas was still sitting right between them and wouldn't let any of the other goats around other than Nuka, but Nuka didn't want anything to do with them. They were already dead. Obviously she already smelled them and knew that something was wrong, and she couldn't take care of them at that point, you know, but Silas did his job and I was proud of him. He laid between those two baby goats until I disposed of them. He even got onto Yelena when Yelena tried to walk up on him. He growled and then went up on her and made her kneel. It's kind of weird, but that's what they do. And she bowed down to him, or whatever you want to call it, kneeled down to him. He growled a few more times at her. He got up, she walked off. So just kind of what they're supposed to do. I'm assuming he said those are his babies to take care of, and he was going to take care of those two babies, and she needs to go find her own babies to take care of. But there was no harm in the babies other than just being deformed, disfigured. So Silas didn't injure them. Yelena didn't injure them. There was no injuries like that on them. You could see where the birthing sac was on one of them, and you could tell that Silas probably took care of that part. They did really well. Silas did really well. I'm excited for kidding season though, y'all. I just hope this is the only issue we have. It's probably not gonna be. You know, this is nature at its best and at its worst at the same time. It can be brutally bad and it can be incredibly awesome at the same time. So we kind of take our punches as they go. We do our best to take care of these goats and the babies, just like we do anything else, just like we do Silas and Yelena and our chickens, the ducks. We do our best. Sometimes it's just not in our favor. Those two babies weren't going to make it regardless. They were not formed correctly. So the only thing I have left to do today out here is since they've already ate their grain, I'm going to go take the hay right out here, and I want to pull the hay down for them again like I usually do. We've done enough of that in videos that y'all probably don't need to watch that. I'll do that off camera. Hi, girl. Yeah? Hi. Look at that one. That one wants to play King of the Hill. Yeah, you see these goats are starting to lay off by themselves, right? So that is a good sign when these goats are just laying. Of course, they're going to lay on their own anyway. But when they lay off on their own like this, and even further away like these two, that means they're close. They're getting there. This is Kara. She definitely looks pregnant, but she's probably one of my later ones, so she'll probably be mid-March, late March probably. This is Cinnamon. She will be probably mid-March also. She's usually a later goat, even though she's one of my older ones. She's using the fence to rest her face on. None of these small ones obviously are pregnant. This is Samoa. She's pregnant. What do you think? 1st of March or mid-March? Okay. That's York, and I don't know if she's pregnant or not. Or is that Trixie? I'm sorry, that's Trixie, y'all. York is the one way over there laying down. Them two look just alike. I can't tell them apart. The only way I can tell them apart is by their size. Y'all can see Ginger here. She's... How soon, girl? Really? Are you posing? Yeah, you're posing for me, aren't you? You might be a couple of weeks, but maybe just a week. Y'all can see Oreo here. She's pretty wide, even sitting down. All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this video up. This is about to be my favorite time of the year. Kidding season is, I love kidding season. Last year's season was not good. The year before that was probably my best year ever. And I want this one to match 2 years ago. I want this to be a great season. We have a lot of potential here. Sometimes you just have bad seasons and there's nothing you can do about it. My cousin, he's had some great births this year, but he's also had some just like mine where he can't explain it, but things weren't developed on the goat, on the baby. Just wasn't right, you know? So he's had some of that as well. So I think everybody has a little bit of that here and there. But they're all looking happy. They're all looking good. I'll try to keep y'all updated on this. Every video from here on out for the next month or so will probably be goats, a lot of goats. And some chickens and ducks and stuff, but mainly goats. So this is gonna be a great season. Hopefully you guys stick with us and come back to see the next few videos. We're gonna have some great babies here in the next, hopefully week, but it could be 2. So we'll see y'all in the next video. Remember, do the good. I'm gonna leave you out for a little bit. You eat some of this green grass over here, okay? I'll put you up here in a little bit. Give you a break from Megatron. He's kind of bigger and meaner than you now, isn't he?
At the Fowler family farm, come along and ride with us through this life's journey.